Hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. I know we're starting midway through an event, but he started on slot 7, and I'm literally only in this fight because I wanted to show value of his AoE. Junior, I mean, obviously. So let's just go ahead and launch off the AoE super, right? Because this can be done at any point if you have, or if you're fighting multiple enemies. So let's just go ahead and just like rip it. It's not gonna really do much because like we're on the Tech UI Goku team, right? And very obviously for Junior, right, he doesn't link very well with these kind of characters. He's always been a character that's been very heavily restricted based on his links. He's never been on a team that like is actually really good for his links until like recently, right? Because he has a bunch of the stuff that's just not useful, right? Unless you're running like a very specific team comp, right? He has a bunch of stuff that's just you're never gonna get active at the same time, kind of thing. Because we've never had like a really good partner for him. Slug is a decent one. I believe Slug shares 4 links with him, but let's just go ahead and rip his active skill and listen to probably the best OST in the entire game. So let's just go ahead and launch this.
Piccolo 大魔王様の最後の賭けを受けてみるがいい。死ねー！
So, a couple things we can talk about with this AoE, right? One, every single hit of it does proc his like attacks to do super attacks, like defense, attacking defense, person, or attack performance. That does proc every single time, right? While also having the attack break. So he's just very useful in general. I kind of wanted to initially make it so that we were like really low, but that didn't end up happening. Because I wanted to like have him go giant form, which we can do in this fight. We can like do it ourselves if we so choose to, which I will try to do. The attack break is also very nice. Just getting rid of like a billion attacks. Thank you, Yoigo, for not dodging. But Junior's a very good unit, right? Let's just put that out on the table for you. He's always been very good. I know people like really been hating on him this year specifically, and like I don't really get it. Because he's just been kind of, like, homeless all year. There hasn't really been, like, a good spot for him, right, on any of these teams, right? Like, he could be put on these teams, whatever. He's never been, like, amazing on any of them just because he doesn't link up very well. Also, why are we not dodging? Hello? That is the most missed dodges I think I've ever seen out of HLUI back to back to back to back. That's absolutely crazy. But, like, Junior has never been bad, in my opinion. I don't think he's ever, like, legitimately been bad. I think he was at his worst during the Fusion Zamasu era. But even then, he would live the AoE and then incinerate Fusion Zamasu. So I never really felt like it was that big of a deal. Right? It never really felt like a problem. Can we start dodging at any point? Thank you, guys. Jesus. Right, he can still do his 5 super attacks here if he really wanted to. We only need to do 2 to be fully built up, but any other ones will also just boost his defense up significantly. I don't think he wouldn't take damage from this phase. Like, I mean, yeah, he has true type disadvantage, but I don't think he would really take a whole lot from this Goten. I mean, maybe he would. I have no idea. That's why we're here. He has, like, no links active. He has, like, literally just Fierce Battle, I believe. I think we could have actually gotten Tough as Nails for him here if we brought the 17 Golden Frieza, but like, then they would have to be on rotation together, and that would be kind of awkward to try to set up. Yeah, he shouldn't take anything from this. Yeah. Like, he's always been just kind of helpful. He's never been bad, in my opinion. I know people have really wanted to be like, oh, but Junior sucks. He sucks. Piccolo Junior, he's terrible. He fell off. How dare you? You don't think that he's the best to you are. He was never the best. It's like, well, when he came out, he was stupidly broken. And then for a very long time, he would literally just sit on teams. Any team that he could be on, you would just toss him on there. And he would do the same thing. He would just come out, do a bunch of super attacks, crit a bunch, do his active skill for an attack break, go into his giant form, come out of it, do a bunch of super attacks, crit a bunch, and then the fight would just be over. He's always been like that. The only time where he would ever even take damage all of last year was if he were to have gotten hit by the AoE before he supered. Every single time other than that, it did not matter. And even then, a lot of the time in the Fusion Zamasu meta, he would be on like the second or third turn. So you would have already taken an AoE and potentially a super attack and been low enough to go into his giant form immediately, and then it didn't matter anyway. So it's just like, I have never felt like Ma Junior has really been in like an awful spot. You could say like technically for like the majority of this year he probably would have been, but that is only because he didn't have a team this year, like at all, until right now with Lord Slug. And the second he got one, he's immediately a really solid option on the Lord Slug team. He links up really, really well with Lord Slug. He gets the full support buff from Angela and Metamacha, right? He's a Big Bad Boss's character. He's a Namekian Big Bad Boss's character at that, right? Like, he just kind of works really well with Slug. So I can't, like, say that he's bad. Like, I've never felt like he's been legitimately bad in his entire lifespan. Like, sure, you can be like, oh, during the Gogeta era, he wasn't very good. It's like, well, why were you fucking running at him during that? So anyway, that's like my thoughts on like the Piccolo Jr. hate, because I've always felt like it was kind of strange. What I've always seen from this community, right, is any unit that is just loved unanimously, right, by that community, the second they aren't the best unit ever, they will immediately get an absolutely stupid amount of hate just because they were really good for a long time. Like, and I don't know why, right? They're just, people just like hate when units are good, right? There's no issue with units being good for a long period of time. If just a unit came out and they were really good, that's it. Like, units that I can immediately name off the top of my head right now that were like this. AGLUI during year 6. Orange Piccolo for a very long amount of time. Beast Gohan right now, right? There's characters that like people will see and be like dominant for a very long amount of time, and then just be like hating on them every single time we get a new character. Oh, this character's finally garbage. I hate this unit. It's like, why are we hating this unit for being good? You can say, oh, you don't find it very interesting to just use them because they're good, but like, they're just good. Like, there's nothing really to say about that. Like, it's just a unit is good. Like, I don't get the issue with that. Me personally, I've never thought that that was a big deal for our units to be good, right? I feel like the issue should come from not the fact that 1 or 2 units are really, really powerful, but the fact that other units aren't as good. That should be the issue. That's what we should be hating on, not the fact that a good unit is good. I feel like that's very stupid to me, and I just don't really get the thought process over hating good units for being good. Right, when we can just hate the dev team for making units that aren't very good, right? That's I feel like what we should be leaning towards, not hating good units because they're good. Like, I feel like that's just silly. Even what the hell? Oh, looks like there's another glitched unit. Interesting. I was just scrolling Twitter while we were watching this, and it seems Halvard has discovered a new glitched unit. Interesting. What the hell even is that? Anyway, back on to what we were doing. Does he link even at all? Yeah, no, he doesn't. But we've done 7 supers. I think that does count the active skill hits. That should. Huh, interesting. I didn't know it did that. Like, at all, actually. Okay. I mean, fair enough. Anyway. I wanted to get the giant form in this video, but we couldn't take enough damage last turn, so it didn't really matter. I was gonna just, like, eat a bunch of the orbs and see if we could take more damage, but we didn't end up getting enough for that. Either way, let's just let Beast kind of take all the hits, that way we can just let Junior do his thing. He wouldn't die from anything on this fight, but, like, I just want to see him do hits. I don't want to, like, even go through any of that. We're probably gonna run this team a lot of the time this week. Maybe I will toss in Golden Friesen 17 just for the fun of it, right? To see if we can see him with another Link active. But there's not really like any big bad bosses units on this team. There's well, there's Meki Kabura. We can always just bring Meki Kabura. He's on a lot of teams, and he's really damn good. I don't know. Maybe we can try something with that. See if we can get him like working. Yeah, like 7 million. Like you can see the very clear difference between a team like this and a team like the Slug team, like that we were like kinda on yesterday, where next to Slug he was shooting out damn near 15 millions, and on here he's just doing a bunch of 7 millions, which is like a significantly difference, about 2 times the difference. But I mean, like, it's still pretty damn good. He's not critting right now, which I would love for him to do because I have him with full crit, but it's still pretty damn good. So we kind of take it, you know what I mean? I really do like Piccolo Jr. He's probably one of my favorite releases of last year in general, right? Eventually we'll get the 23rd World Tournament Goku, right? And we can talk about him. Well, honestly, I think we could just run his team the entire week and be completely fine. I think we would just win everything. Just because of, like, the units that he has on his team. Right, he has the Gojitas, he has all the UI Gokus, he has Evolution Blue Vegeta, he has Bulma. Right, he has a bunch of really powerful characters. He has Beast Gohan. Right, like, we wouldn't really run into a whole lot of problems. So I don't really find that it would be that big of a deal for us if we did that. Let's just go ahead and end this fight off. Like, this is... We were here specifically for one purpose, and that was to do the AoE against multiple enemies. Right, that's what we wanted, and that's what we got. I don't know who we're going to go in tomorrow, because I do also want to try to get the giant form in. So you'd have to take a lot of damage. I believe you have to be under, what, 40% HP for the giant form. 60% or less during the 4th turn. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Anyway, that was for today. Let me know how you guys feel about Piccolo Jr. in the comments down below. He's, again, I still think he's probably one of the best units of last year, and just in general, I think he's just really well designed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.